So I wish there was like a catastrophic moment or like this one event that just set it all off for me, but it really wasn't. It really comes down to being obedient to what God has said and revealed to me these last couple of months very diligently. And if I was really going to step out and say that I'm a believer, like I say I am, because your girl is. I don't play about this game. I don't read just, that one Bible verse a day and call it a day. Now I go deep into my word because I want to hear and see what God is revealing to me. And that was a really big, important step in this journey in which I'm about to take. So let's reel it back a little bit, okay? Because if I was to say it all happened just now, I'd be lying. It actually started in February 2017. I just started a new job with Accenture. One of my younger nieces was born. A couple weeks later, my mom died. And a few weeks after that, my maternal grandmother died. That sounds really sad. But it's not, I promise. It's very revealing. I joined Accenture, and it was a really great company. It allowed me to work remotely, which allowed me to go up and back and forth between New York and DC to babysit my younger niece, deal with all the funerals and family time that I had to go through. And so that time, I really had to just put my head down and get the work done. I was working through the grief by doing the work. And it wasn't until maybe October-ish or maybe even August near my birthday that it really started to settle in. Like my grieving process was a lot different than other people's. Everyone's varies, but I was now starting to be like, dang, my mom done. Like, she's gone, bro. Like, it really started to hit me. So I'm at the point where I'm working remotely and I'm crying and I'm just trying to get through the day. That I was like, this is not what life is. And so I started searching for what is my bigger purpose, because one of the last the last in-person conversation I had with my mom was on the day that my niece was born. And she was taking me back to the train. And essentially, we were having this discussion about, making an impact in the world. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make a lot of money. And I'm going to make a lot of, and I'm about to be banked up. She was like, that's not even the important thing about it. It's like your experiences. Like, think back to you going to China and you having, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm going to make a lot of money. So it wasn't even really like an argument. It was just kind of like, we were essentially saying the same thing, but she was really emphasizing the fact of what is the impact that you are going to leave behind. And so, yeah, talk about deep. Right, so 2018 was a lot. Really had to get deeper into my faith with God. 2019, I ended up getting a new job and working in product management because I realized if I really wanted to take this project to the whole next level, I was going to have to learn product management. And essentially, I had been working in that kind of arena anyway, with being on all these different software engineering teams in different roles, that I was like, okay, let's do this. I took a pay cut. Joined the company, realized it was not product management. I had already been talking to someone in that field, someone who went to my dream school of Stanford, in the program that I wanted to do of getting her MBA and her Master's of Computer Science, and was now going into product management as a product manager. And, we're kind of just talking about it and things that helped her get to that place. And I'm sitting here like, okay, so I'm not crazy for just reading the internet, learning from experts that this ain't product management. And then I realized I was working more in the capacity of being a consultant, but not getting paid consultant money, because baby, consulting gets paid a lot, okay? Especially with my starting. Anyways, I realized this wasn't where I wanted to be. But I still, just started my own project, developed my own products, and realized at the end of the day, I was learning everything I wanted to through myself. So why am I here? But number two, you tend to get boggled down by people who don't exactly know what their role is. Let me not say that. I'm not sugarcoating anything. People not knowing exactly what product management is and trying to tell you how to work in their capacity when you've already worked in their capacity and above. I'm going to just drop the mic right there, because that's a whole nother story for another day. But essentially, that's why I had to quit. It got to the point where I was doing more project management tasks, and then getting penalized for wanting to think out of the box, getting shut down. And it was kind of like, so I'm going to go now. So what made you quit your job, Natasha, now? All right. So like I said, it was obedience, right? So a few months ago, I lied, last month in February, I actually had to take the NASM CPT exam, because that was February 19th was the last day I could take it, because I already purchased like this annual plan of studying materials. And I just checked the date one time and it was like, oh, yeah, you got to take the test February. Your plan is over in August though. I said, Mr. Jesus. All right, then. So, everything was working against me. Nonetheless, got the certification. Gang, you can't see it. Got the certification. I was like, you know what? I've never really wanted to work in a gym. I've never actually wanted to work in a gym. I make a lot more not sharing my profits with the gym, right? But I was like, I got to get out of here. And even if I got to be a little broke for a little bit, I'm just going to do what it do. So I applied to some gyms. First gym was just too pressy, too pushy. And I was like, ew, no, thank you. Second one was like, oh, you got to take all these classes before we can even start the interview. And then the third gym was so nice and so pleasant. It was actually the gym that I wanted to be with. Because I was like, oh, you guys have a professional development program? Oh, that's fire. Did the phone interview, went in later that week for an in-person interview, got hired on the spot, baby. Okay? Equinox. Tier 2 trainer at one of 6, I think, sport clubs. Your girl was lit. Okay? So I already planned to quit my job the 13th, start the job on the 23rd, right? And guess what? Coronavirus. And I'm like, oh wow. So this is happening. So the environment started to get a lot more toxic, and I was like, yeah, your girl gotta go. It was to the point where I was now waking up in the middle of the night, every night, consecutively, waking up, stomach dropping, heart pounding, starting off with the day and ending up in the day. And if I wasn't occupied with my time, my thought was on that. And then that's when I realized this is not of God. This is not God. I do not live in fear. I am not timid. I do not have a timid spirit. So why will I stay in a place that is causing me to be so anxious? And so, yeah. But guess what? I still went into work on Monday. Because I said, this doesn't make sense. Logically, like, this does not make any sense at all. Why would you quit your job as you know things are about to start shutting down? But I went in on Monday. And I went in on Tuesday. And it was at the point where I was trying to get work done, put my hand on the mouse, and I just stopped. I couldn't do it. I was miserable. It was probably 2 of the worst days. Like, that was like really dramatic, but like 2 of the worst days of my life, because I was like, I wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to be taking this week off, relaxing, getting ready to start my job at a new gym. And I wasn't. And I had to come to terms with that. Everything that I had planned out wasn't going to happen. So talk about scary. Talk about scariness. But Tuesday came and I asked God, I said, God, if you have just one more sign to give me, because I had been asking for signs the entire time, words and all that stuff. And the weekend really revealed it to me and told me and stamped it, but I still was fearful and went to work on Monday. So be mindful of that. So I asked God for one more. I said, I know I've been asking for a lot, but if you give me one more sign, tomorrow, it's done. I will email them tomorrow. And he gave me this sign. I'm just like, oh, snap. Okay, so this could work out. So I said, all right, that's it. Wednesday came. I didn't even go in. I planned Tuesday, and I thought Tuesday was going to be the last day anyway, so I packed up all my stuff. I brought all my stuff home. I left my badge and everything there, hid it, of course. And Wednesday came, I worked out. When I tell you that was the first night I didn't wake up with a knot in my stomach. I didn't wake up randomly in the middle of the night. I didn't wake up with my heart pounding. My stomach dropped a little bit. I was writing the email because I said, this is going to make it official. I've been saying it for so long, but this is going to put a stamp in it, and this is going to show me who I really am in this time. So I resigned, sent out, boom, bang, bang, bye. So that was that. So why I left? Because I had to. My sanity, my purpose was on the line, and it brings me back to 2018 when I had to do it. And I thought 2018 was going to be, yeah, entrepreneurship, it's going to be great. I'm going to work this little part-time on Amazon and call it a day. And then all of my projects were falling through. And when I tell you that happened a couple months ago too, projects that I were lining up that people were just like, oh, never mind. I already got this deposit. Didn't really care. But it was still the fact that, it's not going to always work in your timing because it's not your timing. Like, that's just what it comes down to. It's not up to you to determine when is the right time. And I think at this point, it really started to hit me. Like, there's never going to be a right time.
There's never going to be a right time.
Unless you're listening to God's timing. And that's that. So I'm super excited for this journey because I don't know what's entailed. And if you know me, I like to plan things and have at least some kind of outline details. But God has been preparing me for this time for years, especially within this last year, especially in the last couple of weeks when I knew it was going to be time to go. Listen, I ain't got no savings. I'm gonna be dead. I have some cash coming in only because I had to do something unexpectedly. But I said I can't quit unless I have some kind of financial security. And granted, God is a financial security. And it just is enough to cover me for a month. Okay, my rent's gonna be paid. I'm on the 6 month lease anyway. So when I tell you that until you start looking at the bigger pictures, it really had to come to a point where I said the only thing that can get deteriorated if everything was to go wrong is the fact that my credit score will plummet. That's it. Okay? So that's my story. I don't even know what else to say after that. So to sum it all up, I had to quit because God told me to quit. And I say that boldly because I typically wouldn't. I typically be like, oh, did I hear him right? But I got so many confirmations that the way that my God works, it always works out for my good. Just like that. Period. Pooh.